Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 11th of June 2024. So Bitcoin, bullion and black gold bid as stocks and bonds shrug off EU elections, and US S&P hits another all-time high. Other news, US stocks eat mild gains in quiet trade ahead of Wednesday's US CPI and FOMC. And we can expect the same again today. Economic news for today. UK claimant count change, unemployment numbers to UNI, average earnings index as well, 3 month is forecast as forecaster and for previous is the same. We'll see what happens when it is released. And at 6 p.m. tonight we've got a 10-year auction for the US bond there, 10-year one. Right, let's have a look at yesterday and work our way through to what's currently happening in the markets. And we'll kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow for yesterday, inside bar, which means that the low and high were both inside of the range of Friday's bar, which wouldn't take a lot of doing given the release of the NFP numbers. Market sideways overnight, not taking out yesterday's high. Stuck at the averages there as well, the 20 and the 50 EMA. So again, given that the market's waiting for these important numbers, the CPI and the non-farm payrolls tomorrow, then we can expect the markets to be fairly sideways. And if I'm not wrong, I'm sure tomorrow we have a press conference as well. Yes, we do. We have the FOMC press conference. This is each quarter, so keep that in mind as well. So 30-minute chart of the Dow. Market was down and retested in the electronic, then up. A lot of activity here. Well, I say a lot. I mean, it's not really for the Dow. It's 150 points pull back before making a move to the upside. Nowhere near yesterday's high on the overnight, and currently sitting on the DP, and all of the averages narrowing there. Again, characteristic of a quiet market, or a market waiting for something to happen. In the German DAX, we can see that the low was taken out from a few days ago there, or just about. Let's just double check this. We've got a low there of 18,357, and the low of this one is 362. So we can see there that we just went slightly below yesterday, and the market then finding support and coming back. Also interesting to see here that the market has come off the 50 EMA once more there as well. 30-minute chart, market dropping down to that support level, and then managing to find its way back up with the US Dow and S&P in the afternoon, as can be seen there. The market at the moment is above the DP, so that's an indication of bullishness there, and also needs to take out the high and the close of yesterday in order to progress higher. S&P 500, it said in the headlines that the market had made a new all-time high. It hasn't on this platform, which is Trade Nation, so maybe in the real world, because all of the MT4 platforms create their own markets and there can be discrepancies and differences. So the main thing is that the S&P cash, which is traded on the CME along with the futures contracts, is saying that there is a new all-time high. So let's see what happens during today with this. So even though mine's not showing it yesterday, there's a new all-time high. 30-minute chart, again, the same as all the other markets, off in the electronic, and then managing to make its way back up and above the DP once more in the overnight market as well. For FT100 also coming back and testing the 50 EMA. It's a good average this is. It's amazing how well it actually works. So it's 50 EMA there. Market coming back to this in the FT100. And yesterday saw the initial sell-off with the uncertainty in Europe with Macron and Belgium. And you can see there that managing to recover and follow the US down to the DP overnight. Market needs to hold this level. Unemployment numbers will be have an impact on the FT100 when they're released at 7 a.m. US dollar, well, we had a bit of a bounce yesterday, didn't we? See the market moving up, and overnight also starting to turn greenish, although it's very slight there. So this has had an impact on the metals once more, and in fact quite a dramatic impact on the metals overnight. So let's have a look at these. Starting off with silver, you can see that they've sold off overnight down to the 50 EMA. The market's just currently holding support there. I don't think it's going to hold. I think they're going to take advantage of the fact of the FOMC and CPI tomorrow, and my downside target would be at least 28.50 to start with. I think for the time being, the up move in these markets are over, despite a difference in premiums as well. So let's just have a look at what I'm talking about here. So again, if we look at Shanghai, which is now back in business after its holiday, it's trading at $33.28, and the LBMA is pricing silver at $29.68. I mean, it's an absolute joke, isn't it? I mean, there's nearly a $4 difference there in what the real price should be and what the suppressed price is in London, and now it's been slammed overnight as well, which you can see there, back to yesterday's low. This is not going to be the low either. It's going to be taken through this when they have the opportunity to do so tomorrow with the FOMC and the CPI numbers. Particularly if the CPI numbers come in hot, then we're in for the silver market and the gold market will be in for a kick-in, because the US dollar will just fly with that. And also the dollar is being supported by the uncertainty now that's breaking out, to say, with these snap elections in Europe as well. Very strange thing going on there, in my opinion. You know, why are they jumping ship or giving the impression that they want these elections quickly just to obviously be re-elected and get more time? But there's something odd about it. I don't know why, but it just feels that way. Gold market also making a bit of progress yesterday, and not down as much on the overnight, which can be seen there as well. So a bit of support coming in, but it still needs to close above the DP level there. And in the gold silver ratio, as you would expect, this is moving back to the upside. Plenty on the upside, all the way back up to 88. No problem at all. If we go down to 28.50, they'll be moving this to the upside there as well. They've got to do whatever they can do to keep silver below $30 if possible, and certainly below 32, because that's where it's shown where the weakness is in this market, and the manipulation by the shorts need to keep the price below 32, because it gets very expensive above that level by looking at the daily chart for silver. Okay, let's have a quick look at yesterday's trades and what we can expect during today. Well, in yesterday's alert, I mentioned about that the market's obviously going to tread water for the next couple of days. That was yesterday, so yesterday was the case. We see the market move down 50 points in the pre-market, probably the most action that it had until we opened. When the market shot below the low, they brought the market back, which you can see there, and then it became sideways. This was the first clue we're not going to get much action after the opening salvo, where we see the market move down, then back through the S1 and the low. We know straight away that things are going to be fairly quiet and sideways or range bound. So we had a potential sell signal. Market moved down and then failed, and then we had a potential buy signal, which the market did break out and trailing the stop here just to take a few points off the table before the market reversed and then traded sideways again. We had a short, was filled, and then we had a straight reversal off this with a potential buy. And like I say, the warning today is that we can expect more or less the same, and then prices just drifting sideways once more. And again, as prices break to the upside, they fail to move, as you can see there, and then coming back and taking out this trade as well. No surprise there. But then we go into the after 10 a.m. and the market then decides to break down, and of course then it reverses and moves back towards the low, which is, like I say, is a magnet in a bull market. So prices will do whatever they can to move back to the upside. All the way through mid-morning, market comes back to the low as the electronic Dow traders come in and S&P traders, market touching the low, finding the BRN there, and then coming off this and managing to get through the 200 MA, which is the black line, and then the 50 EMA, and moving to the upside, and once again just collecting profits off this too soon because the market continues to move to the upside a bit there, but nothing of any great shakes. The market really following the Dow, as you can see there, after 4 p.m. in the electronic session. So let's have a look at overnight, see what the market's doing. At the moment we're below yesterday's close, which you can see there. So let's just compress the chart a bit more, see what we've got. We've got the market up at the high there at 18,529. So that's going to be its first target if the market does move to the upside. Watch the first 10-15 minutes. That'll give you a good indication of what's going to happen, and then any other trades after that or decent trends will be taken advantage of by the lack of liquidity and the algorithms just pushing the markets in those directions, which we saw yesterday. Okay, that's it for this one. Have a great day, and let's see what happens. And with that, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next